Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annalisa and this is Homemade Sunshine. So I have a super fun video for you guys today. I'm doing a book unhaul. So these are books that I have either read or tried to read in the case of one of them. And I'm gonna kind of give you guys like my thoughts and share some great reads with you. So first, this is the tote that I keep all of my read books in. So once it gets full, I know it's time to schedule a video. So these are all books that I have read from between about mid-January till beginning of March. So I'm filming this on March 3rd. So these are all recent books that I've read in that amount of time. So there is about how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I didn't start all these back in January. Some of them, one of them in particular, I've been reading off and on for like a few months. So don't think I've read all of those in that short amount of time. So first, I'm going to start off with some of the books that I really recommend. Our first book here is What Would Audrey Do? Which this is a super cute book. I have been reading this one for a few months because I call it one of my mini chunk books. So I usually read 3 types of books at a time. Usually one is a spiritual devotional type of book, and then I read what I call a mini chunk book, which is a book that's not, you can stop in the middle of a chapter and you can pick it back up. So usually I'll read these kind of books when I've only got like 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I can stop wherever I'm at, stop what I'm doing, and then go back to the other task. So like if I'm baking cookies or something, then I can easily pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, like multiple times while I'm moving things in and out of the oven. So this is just lots of different tips. It's a lot of stories about Audrey's life and her upbringing and things like that. And then there's a lot of tips for how to bring a little bit more Audrey Hepburn into your life, which of course she's like the epitome of like style and grace and classic beauty. So it's super cute. It's an easy read, super fun. I am probably, I'm going to probably be putting this in our little library. So I usually do 3 things with my books when I'm done with them. They either go in our little library in our town. We have multiple, but I usually pick one of the little libraries to put all the books in that I'm done with. Once this bag is full, and then I know I need to film a video for you guys. So, and then I either give some to my mom if I think she's gonna be interested, and then if I don't like the book, I donate it to a thrift store. Because some certain books I just don't feel like putting in the little library. If I really didn't like it, I'll donate it to Goodwill or something. So the next 2 books, I'm saying 2 at the same time because these are from the same series, which is my favorite. It's the Blue Hill Library series. So these past 2 months I've read All Sewn Up and If Walls Could Talk. So I love guidepost mystery books. They are so, so good. I got most of these. You'll see there's a $1.98 sticker. Right, oh, it's upside down. One of those was right side up. I got most of these one day. It's the funniest story. Somebody donated like 1 million guidepost mystery books to a thrift store I used to shop at in Virginia. I think I had the whole cart full. The girl thought I was crazy. But these are like $20 a pop. I mean, they're hardback. So I bought all of them almost at one time. So I've been slowly reading through the first series that I bought, which was Blue Hill Library. I've only had to purchase a couple that they didn't have donated. So they're super good. Very Christian based. It's good because you know there's not going to be anything like super traumatic that's going to pop up or anything like super horrifying. Like it is a mystery, but it's nothing, it's very PG if that's probably the best way to describe it. So I love these books. They're usually about 250 pages and I can burn through these. They are so good. Like I would definitely recommend these. I really like guidepost books. I like Guidepost as a company, and I love the Secrets of Blue Hill Library series. It's just super, super cute. So I would highly recommend those. These are going to my mom, by the way. So next is Sweet Tea, Fried Chicken, and Lazy Dogs, Reflections on North Carolina Life by Bill Thompson. This is so cute. This is such a cute little book. He used to, well, I don't know if he still does. He wrote for the magazine Our State, which is North Carolina's like state themed magazine. And he has all these little short stories. This is great for somebody who does, this is another like little short chunk book like the Audrey Hepburn book, because most every story, but I think there's 2 that are a little bit longer, they start on one page like this and then the short story ends on the next page. So if you've got a lot of little ones around, you're super busy, you could just read 2 or 3 short stories and then pick it back up later. So it's super great in that aspect. It's very funny, very cute. I absolutely love them. It's just a nice lighthearted read, because sometimes all you want to do is read something lighthearted. The world's hard enough. We want to have a cute little escapist kind of book. So I loved this. This will definitely be going to my mom to read next. So after that, I have the book Wait and See by Wendy Pope, Finding Peace in God's Pauses and Plans. This is super, super great. I love this book. It is awesome if you're kind of going through a period of waiting. It takes us through the story of King David and through his wait in the Bible, and it's super great. She has a part that you just read where we talk about like each chapter is a different portion of our wait. Like let me take some examples here. Where's the start of one of these chapters? Like when waiting messes with my mind, when waiting means moving, all these different things to take you through what your wait might be, whether it's waiting to get pregnant, it's waiting on a job change, you're waiting to move to a new place, you're waiting to buy a house, you're waiting to get married. I mean, it's super good because it's not highly specified to like one type of wait. It could be any sort of a wait, and she gives lots of stories of other people working through their waits, and by the end of the book you find out what happened with all those people's waits. And it's super, super good. It's great if you're really feeling kind of discouraged in your waiting period, because we all go through waits, and some are longer than others. Some of them are years and years, some of them are just a few months. So it is super great. She turns you back to the Bible a lot of the times to like read a passage and write some responses. I absolutely love this. I never write in the books. I usually write in a journal, because then when I re-donate this, I can let the other person be able to fill it with their thoughts. Because I feel like if I write in it, one, it's personal, so I don't really want to then re-donate it. So yeah, that's what I recommend, is if you're somebody that wants to be able to pass the book along, is just write in a journal instead of writing in the book. So I will be putting this in our little library. I hope it blesses somebody else like it blessed me. Next is a book that I thought was just okay. That is Brighten the Corner Where You Are by Fred Chappell. It is, I picked up the book because he grew up around near where I grew up, in Western North Carolina. And the book is good. It's just not really my cup of tea. There's a lot of tall tales and things of that nature. There are a few things that I found a little, what's a good word for it? A little bit more PG-13, that could be triggering for some people. It wasn't triggering for me, but it might be triggering for some people, so I would look into that if you're somebody that certain subject matter in books really hurts your heart, hurts your mind. So the book was okay. There was some language that I didn't really appreciate that was used, but I understand that they're trying to portray a certain time period in Western North Carolina history. So it's okay. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's just me. But I would look into it yourself. I wouldn't say it's a terrible book. Don't read it. So this might be for you. It's not for me. It's got really good critical acclaim, so this could just be me. And the last book is a book I only got to 30-some pages of, and I'll tell you why. This book has also gotten a lot of really great critical acclaim. It's called Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. And I thought it was going to be a really super great book. It's set in 19th century China, and I couldn't even get to the main part of the story. It's broken up throughout her different sections of the woman's life, and I couldn't even get through her childhood because it was really traumatizing, to be honest. And she's being honest about like what things were like for women back then, but what I couldn't get through was the graphic descriptions of foot binding. I know foot binding's a thing, I've known that, but I've never read about it in such detail of the process of how it went. I thought I was gonna be sick. And I don't want to say that like you should never read books that are super challenging, but I just couldn't take it anymore. It was making me feel sick. I was like, oh, this is gonna make me like nauseous. I don't really want to keep reading it. I don't say that as you should never read this book either. If that's something that you can get through, like, I think probably the rest of the book might be good, but I think there's a lot of really hard times in this book, and I'm somebody who doesn't like to read about super hard, sad stuff constantly, because I feel like the news is sad enough, and the world right now is just really sad and difficult and hard, and I don't necessarily want to read more stuff about that. When I read at night, I want it to be like an escape. So like the Blue Hill mystery books, of course there's conflict, it's a mystery, but it always resolves itself by the end, and it's always a good ending. The bad people get what's coming to them, the good people prevail. It's one of those like feel-good stories. So those are always good. So out of all the books, what I'm most likely going to be putting in the little library is Wait and See and the Audrey Hepburn book. I'll be giving to my mom the 2 Blue Hill Library books and Sweet Tea, Fried Chicken, and Lazy Dogs, because it is so cute. That's like it's like a great book to just like sit outside and read with the wind blowing in the spring. And then I'll probably donate these 2 books just because, I don't know. There's some subject matter I would be worried about being in a little library because little ones can get at them. And there is not really any content in here that I think would be inappropriate I always gauge it as, if a middle schooler picked this up, would I be horrified for like a 12-year-old, 11-year-old to read it? Because there are kids' books in there. And my answer is no. Neither one of these books would be horrifying for a middle school child to read. So those are my hauls. So most of the time where I get my books from is thrift stores, pretty much exclusively. I've only gotten a few books at a yard sale every once in a while, and I only buy a book online if I'm going to, if it's in a series. Like I've had to pick up a few of the Blue Hill books on eBay and stuff like that I've missed. That I didn't get from that one big haul. I wish you could see behind me, because right behind you is my bookshelf with most of my guidepost books, because I love guidepost. I went to a thrift store where we lived in Virginia one day, and these are pretty easy to see from the spines. Like they have Blue Hill, it says guideposts at the bottom. You can still see the $1.98 sticker right here. And there was just walls filled with all these guidepost books, and I spent a lot of money, but way less than I would have spent if I had bought them all new, because they're like $20 new, which $20 is a lot for a book. So I bought a whole cart full almost of multiple series. Basically, if it was guideposts, I purchased it, and then I just wrote down, I have a list in my notes app of what series aren't completed and what books in each series need to be added in. Because then hopefully maybe I'll find some more of them before I get to the book. I've actually found some of the Blue Hill books just randomly at other thrift stores and been like, oh yeah, that's on my list, let me just go ahead and get it. Where I used to go, I don't have as many good thrift stores for books in my area here where we live in East Tennessee anymore. The place we went to in Virginia, all hardbacks were $1.98 and all soft covers were 99 cents, which was a steal. And on Wednesdays, we got military discount for active duty, retiree, dependents, which I was a dependent. My husband served in the Navy. So I would get 20% off of 99 cents, which was just like such a steal. If you love books, that is like the best deal. Usually now if I want to find books, I have to go to where my mom lives and get big hauls there. She has a thrift store that does fill a bag, like a plastic grocery bag for $5. That is a great deal if they've got a lot of good books. And I think the most I've ever fit in a bag was 15. It might be more. I don't know. It was a ton. And I was like $5 for like 15 books. This is crazy. So yeah, that is my haul for today. I can't wait to come back to you guys. Probably it'll be a couple more, maybe a couple months. I don't know how long this will take. I'm reading through 3 books right now. A devotional from the Daily Grace Company, which is like a 30-day read through, so be about 30 days before I finish that. I'm working on another Blue Hill Library book, of course. I feel like I mostly alternate between like a Blue Hill book and then a non-Blue Hill book and then another Blue Hill book and then a non-Blue Hill book. And I'm reading through another little short chunk book, which has been super good. Can't wait to share that one with you guys because it's been super awesome. So I hope you guys have a super fun rest of your day, and I will talk at you later. Bye.